Well, how's it going? I'm going to do a quick video here on some product that you guys have sent me. So we have some viewers sending me some things and gives me a chance to do a review. One of them I wanted to do, and I'll talk about that a little bit. I even got some new spouts sent to me. I think this fella's in Minnesota. Just talk about these really quick because I think it's a good idea. So these are polycarbonate spouts, and if you notice, there's actually a hole on the bottom. So this looks like 1/4 inch tapered up to 5/16. And the way it works is the vacuum will be able to pull the liquid. The spout basically will be, is that eccentric or concentric? I'm not really sure. But it won't be, shoved against the inside wall of your hole. So I thought this was kind of cool. Good idea. If you figure out a way to do this on a stubby, I'd be interested in this. A stubby spout for sure. And then if you wanted to make your own check spout, it just needs to be slightly different. So because you have this hole on the bottom and it's different, if you put a check ball in here, then you are legally able to do that. So you just need to change your product a little bit. That's why some of the processes that I do, I don't divulge with a patent, because I am sure that the check ball spout adapter with leader is patented. Because you have this slot on here, you can actually put a ball in there, and basically you've made a new product. So there's no legal. Now they could hurry up and try to write a patent and say, we're going to slot it and put a check ball in there. But you already have this. Put the check ball in there. I think his name's Joe. Joe Lander. I see him on the Facebook chats all the time. So, yeah, Joe, put a little check ball in here and make it for a stubby. And I know several farmers that would be, that would test this for you and find out if it would work. But good idea for sure. I've always wondered, just having one hole at the end. So you can see it's slotted. There's another hole here at the bottom of the tip here. And then there's definitely a hole at the end. But it's polycarbonate. It's a good idea. I've always wondered. And I think you could probably drill 1/4 inch taps. And I've heard a lot of good things about 1/4 inch. That a lot of people do not lose yield by going from 5/16 to 1/4. I thought that was interesting. Because your battery lasts a lot longer for sure. As long as you don't lose production, it's a good deal. So thanks for sending this. Just giving you my input that if I was a farmer and the farmers that I talk to, for me, the guys that make 8-9 pounds a tap, they use check ball adapters and CV adapters. So if you can make a check ball adapter with your modified spout, then you would be another vendor for the CV adapter spout. So good idea. I don't know why anyone wants to go near it, but I've learned enough about law and patenting things, and that we have a great law firm, and the guy's actually a chemical engineer like me, and then decided to become a lawyer. And he's helped me understand, even how to do things that make people not get near it, even though you're perfectly legally able to. So, not a lawyer. I just play one on TV. All right, so this is something I've been wanting to do. This is VerTmont. So this was a story I first heard from Bruce Bascom, and he told me about this guy. VerTmont was a fella from Denmark that changed his name to Vermont, I think in the 70s, so he could sell Vermont maple syrup. So the way I understand it is his name was not originally VerTmont. His name was another name, which I got to research and find it, but it was done in the 70s. And there's people that are buying this product in Europe. This is a European maple syrup. They actually have a warehouse in Canada. And look, if you're going to do ambiguous things, I'm going to call you out. It looks like Elven language printed on the back, like it's Lord of the Rings. Like I feel like I'm watching Lord of the Rings. But it looks like the inscription on the inside of the One Ring. But it's Denmark, and I haven't tried it. I've had my suspicions, but maybe it is good quality. I don't know. But I did buy these off eBay, and they were shipped from Greece, I believe. Not quite sure. Yeah, they're shipped from overseas, and I wanted to try this because I wanted to find out if they're using commercial syrup and then calling it pure. So, all right, let's do it. Holy cow. I'm not even strong enough to open this guy. Whew. I can't. Jeez, don't make fun of me. I can't even open it. I'll be back. I need channel locks. Maybe this one will open easier. No. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to go get a pair of ice grips, so I'll be right back. There you go. We're back. These are definitely food grade, baby. If you need pliers to open it, it's tight. I wonder when this was made. It's good till 2026, so might be a year old. I'd say the torque was set pretty good on that capper. That's exactly what I thought. Yep. See, the Europeans, they don't even know they're getting crap. This is straight up. This could be used for the grading kit, for the VerTmont UVM grading kit. This is sad that this is what people think good syrup is. This is straight up commercial grade. Smells like it, at least. Let's see what it tastes like. Yeah. I call it like corn flavor. This is that, I think this is metabolism. Yeah. I would be embarrassed if I was putting my name on this bottle. And if you're from Europe and you're buying this, this is not what maple syrup is supposed to taste like. This is how you make money. You take and you change your name to VerTmont. Then you get taken to court and they make you change your name to VerTmont, V-E-R-T. And then you put commercial grade syrup in it. So I have a friend who exports out of another country and has told me that when he bids on European business and sends them good syrup, they go, yeah, I can't sell that. The European brokers say I can't sell that because I've been selling them crap for so long. If I sell them good syrup, they'll know I've been lying to them for the last 20 years. So this is not prime grade syrup. This is commercial, and I can tell it's actually been blended with some good syrup, but I am certain that this is not legal in the States. Hard to catch. Most regulators don't have time for this because they're worried about, like death. Like if somebody eats something with salmonella, allergies to peanuts, like peanut butter plants, shellfish allergies. Like if you're a regulator and you're out inspecting, you're more worried about somebody dying. Nobody's going to die from this. Nobody has time for it. And the only one cares are maple farmers and consumers or customers that don't like being lied to. Some people will have cognitive dissonance and just say, it's fine, it's better, it's cheaper, so therefore it's good. This is not good. This is really kind of sad. Anyways, this is awful. I still taste it. I knew by the smell. So, commercial syrup, we used to call it Mersh, M-E-R-S-H, which was short for commercial. But this is how, I don't know who's doing who the fraud is, right? I don't know if it's the company that buys it or the company selling it to them. I don't know who the fraud is, but I've told this story about Xander, which is a fish out of Europe that looks like and tastes like it is walleye, and being raised up here in Northeast Ohio off Lake Erie, I'm pretty serious about our walleye. It's great walleye fishing, great perch fishing. But Xander, there was a news story in Minnesota, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, where they took somebody undercover, did some DNA tests on some fish that was being sold in restaurants in Minnesota. And it was like sold as walleye, even though it's not. Zander, Z-A-N-D-E-R, is a European fish. Might be in the walleye family, but a friend of mine was asked to investigate it in Ohio here, and he basically came back and basically said a sales rep went into the kitchen and basically went to the chef and said, look, man, it's walleye. I mean, it tastes like walleye. Look at it. Looks like walleye, but it's $2 off a pound or whatever. So it wasn't nefarious. It was the sales reps did such a good job of selling fraudulent food that the chefs just went with it and made more money per dish. But it's not walleye. Food fraud is a huge problem in the globe. I mean, there's so many things that are, we talk about labeling issues. For example, you're not allowed to make a crab salad and then put the letters really small, artificial crab, like small artificial big crab salad, right? Because then somebody looks at it and they goes, oh, it's crab salad. No, it's artificial crab salad. The law says that you need the letters of whatever it is to be equal to the other font or bigger. And I was talking about that sugar-free syrup, which sugar-free, so it's maple sugar-free syrup. That's illegal. You actually have to have that font in the middle equal sized to what is above and below or bigger. That at least is the law. So this isn't legal. Not legal in the States. And some sales reps doing a good job of lying to everybody. So, this reminds me of the story when I was dating my wife about, I said, oh my gosh, they just made cheese Danishes. They're fresh, honey. And she goes, mm-mm. You don't want a cheese Danish? My gosh. I mean, I love cheese Danishes. It's like a little cheesecake and a croissant. And I've always liked them. And I said, we were dating at the time. And I said, honey, just try. I don't want to try it. No, I don't like Danishes. And I made her take a bite. And she went, her eyes got big. She says, that's not a Danish. I'm like, yeah, it is. That's a cheese Danish. No, it's not. Because my dad, he bought Danishes. They didn't taste like that. Well, love my father-in-law. He would buy 2-week-old bags from Metz Bakery in Farrell, Pennsylvania. And those Danishes were Frisbees. They were hard. This is a Frisbee Danish. I don't think it's any coincidence that it's from Denmark here. Like, that's coincidental. Not irony. It's a coincidence. About 90% of the time somebody says ironic, they should be using the word coincidence. So it's a coincidence that this syrup's from Denmark, and I have a story about a Danish. Anyways, yeah, this is exactly what I thought. If you are going to change your name to VerTmont to try to get the VerTmont brand on your bottle, and then be forced legally to change it to VerTmont, why would I have any concern or any hesitation in my thought process that you also wouldn't put real quality maple syrup in a bottle? Shame on you, VerTmont. Shame on you for whoever's selling them the syrup and knows what's going on, because you don't want to, do what's right because you got sales. Like this is wrong. This is wrong. And I hope that Europeans, if you're from Denmark, Germany, the UK, I've always wanted to go to England. If you are a European buying maple syrup, we need to find out who the distributor of wherever you're getting your maple syrup from is located, because this is sad. Now, I'm sure this is cheap, and I'm sure it's not inexpensive to ship syrup across, in a boat. But yeah, this. Whew. Another thing sent to me here. This is from New Brunswick. This is a sugar-free syrup. It does not say maple sugar-free syrup like some other labels I've seen, but when it says sugar-free syrup, the thing is it's got the maple leaf, which is this is a Steve's brand. There's a maple leaf, Maple leaf is a little deceptive, but I want to be clear. I do think that sugar-free syrup needs to exist, because there are people with diabetes, type 1, type 2, that cannot have sugar. I know some people will say, you can have maple syrup. if you have diabetes because it's more complex. Well, unless you've done the research on that or are a medical caregiver, I don't advise that. That was much easier. Oh, yeah, baby. Definitely smells like log cabin. At least it's not trying to be something it's not. I mean, I should say it another way. At least it's not fraudulent. You know, this is VerTmont fraudulent. I'm not a fan of sugar-free syrup, but if I had diabetes, this isn't bad. It tastes a lot like log cabin. Anyways, yeah, just a brief thanks for sending me stuff. I appreciate it. If you have access to European syrup, I would love to taste it. I always suspected that this was the case, and the reason is when I've been asked to bid on business in Europe, I can go down to the bulk price, and they're like, "You're too expensive." Really? Like, that's what the farm rate is. That's what farmers are paid in the field. So that's how I tested to find out whether what I thought was going on was going on. I bid business at negative money, like zero profit to Europe, and it was still too expensive. And the only way that could be possible is instead of buying $2.50 a pound USD, they're buying $1 a pound maple syrup. So, yep, I caught you, VerTmont. I don't like anything this company stands for at all. Like, I don't. That's sad. I would love to, maybe I'll go get Zach. I'm gonna get Zach, have him taste it. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to, like, let's go get Zach. Zach was a chef in his prior life, but yeah, I'll be right back. All right, got Zach. Let's stick right here. The camera's rolling. This is the bottle. It's VerTmont.
VerTmont. Oh.
Yeah, he had to change it. So the guy was from Denmark, changed his name to Vermont, and then the United States said, "Nice try, buddy. You're gonna have to change it." So he changed it to VerTmont.
Okay.
He tried Vermont, and then if you go to the website, it's the Vermont family since 1972.
Yeah.
But in all reality, his name was not originally Vermont. So they changed it to VerTmont, so they weren't violating some trademarks. But go ahead and try that. I had to use channel locks to open it. Let's give it a little snifferoo. You already know, don't you?
Yeah.
I try not to. Oh, you went all in. Is that table grade syrup?
I wouldn't call it that.
What would you call this?
I would.
Commercial one?
Commercial one, yeah.
So we have commercial grade syrup. We rate it into commercial one, which is it's barely there. You can taste it.
And
commercial
we pay full price through a certain percentage of that commercial one.
Right.
Yeah.
But this tastes like it's blended.
Yeah.
You can taste it.
Yeah, you can taste sweet.
You can taste some good quality syrup in the background. Like, this isn't straight up commercial, but it's commercial with good syrup.
Yeah.
So
that's not anything I would want to put out in a bottle.
This is not anything I'd want my name on. You wouldn't do this to me.
No.
This is what happens when greed or accountants get involved. And this is marketing. Like, we care so much about what happens inside the bottle, we forget that our business is actually about branding and what's outside the bottle and the package and how it's presented, and that will fool 90% of people. We care so much about what's on inside the bottle and the quality that companies like this will just jump ahead by just out-branding, I mean, they've been around since, they're older than I am. This is a 50-year-old company.
Yeah.
I kept one unopened. I got it off eBay.
Yeah, keep it.
Came from Greece. But it is a Denmark product. But their name, I'm sure, is like a household name. But imagine if it was a good product.
Yeah.
I would think sales would be better. That's the point of this video.
Yeah.
This is sad. Like, this isn't legal.
Yeah.
to put this. We will never put something like this in a bottle. We taste syrup all the time on the shelf that tastes like this, and it's not long. If they're a credible customer of any sort, we eventually get the business. So if you're doing this, and I actually want the business, and we want, what's our success rate when we go after business like this, Zach?
100%.
100%. So if you're doing this and somebody wants us to, we have a 100% closure rate. Don't do this. This is wrong. That's all I had.
What about this stuff?
That's actually a sugar-free. That was sent by a
sugar-free.
viewer.
Steve's Maples.
So somebody watches the YouTube channel.
Sugar-free.
I was talking about some sugar-free syrup, and it's what you would think.
Tastes like
Half
sugar brown sugar and half.
No, there's no sugar in it, so it is.
Oh, that's right.
It's artificial.
Yeah.
It smells a lot like log
There we
cabin.
go.
I wouldn't drink that much.
Oh yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah. I didn't even need that.
That's all you need. Oh, you're brave.
It does. It tastes like when I was
That's
a
what we
kid.
had as kids.
Yeah, when I was a kid, that's what it. If we didn't have maple syrup in the cabinet, it was.
Again, I'm not knocking this.
Yeah.
I think it's labeled appropriately.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like sugar-free anything.
Right.
I don't like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah. Give me all the sugar.
Yeah, I want the real deal.
Yeah.
This is like a pharmaceutical. This is made in the lab. Not knocking it. This I'm knocking. This I'm saying it's trying to be something it's not. North Carolina's motto is esse quam videre, which means to be rather than to seem. And this is all about seeming right here. And the guy, I'm sure they became millionaires. Their family became millionaires. I hope they send me a cease and desist letter or something, because I will share it with you. Go ahead. Like, this is awful. Awful. Like, this is, I feel bad for Europeans. If you buy this and you're from Europe,
That's not what it's supposed to taste like.
this is not maple syrup. This is, I told them the story about my wife and the cheese Danish. Did I tell you the story about my wife and the cheese Danish? This is a 4-week-old Danish.
Mm-hmm.
And our syrup is a fresh Danish,
Yeah.
right out of the... Like, I want people to taste what a maple farmer would eat. No maple farmer would sell this to anybody or put it on their own pancakes. No way. This is sad. I think I proved my point. Thanks, man.
Yep.